we'll get into it.
Get my posture right, bro. Yep.
All right, welcome to Carolina's Most Wanted, episode 2. I'm here with 704 Paps. How you doing, man?
What it is, what it was, man. No,
nice to have you here.
How you been, bro?
Good, man. Last time we worked together was the Pennsylvania wedding.
Yeah. That was hectic, too.
That was last minute, hit the road, boom, go.
Yeah. Gets pulled over on the way back.
Lose the weed on the way back.
Yeah. Lose our
Pretty
whole
sure we got
pack.
robbed.
Yeah, we really got robbed. Shout out to the, what was it, Pennsylvania?
Virginia? No, we were in Virginia.
Yeah, we're in Virginia. Shout out to the police department of Virginia.
Yeah.
I do the fuck out y'all jobs. What were we doing? Touching the lines? That's what he said?
No, he said you had the license plate light was out.
Oh, license.
The license plate light was out. So we confiscated the bag, the joint papers, and a lighter.
Yeah, that way. But shout out to the laws, man.
But so speaking of weddings, I know you've been working a lot of events. What you been kind of working on? What's been going on?
Facts. Really, I've been staying focused on just monetizing my weddings, and then I'm locked in with artists. I got 4 artists under my belt, and we just undercover, just building their catalog.
Yeah. Okay. So what artists we talking about?
I got Rose Up. We got Scrippy in the cut. Boy Scripted from Jamaica.
Okay.
And then I got 2 other artists. We got Pitcher, and then we got I keep forgetting his name, bro. Alright, we're gonna scratch that. We'll come back to it. Because I forgot his name. I just met this dude. Wiz Tech. I'll never forget you, my boy. We got Wiz in the cut. In fact, we just dropped Wiz Technique on YouTube. Go check that out.
Cool. All right. So how do you go about finding artists you want to work with? Like,
I go off of sound, and I'm big on making sure you got everything put together so we can work. So like, you need clean versions of your music. You gotta know what a BMI is, because in reality, you can't get a return on like your videos or your music unless you got it registered through BMI, or you got accounts to actually get the stream.
Yeah.
So I be trying to make sure they get their paperwork right, understand a little bit more,
understand how to actually monetize.
how to release a song.
And the thing is, that's something. So I had my boy Gotti from Racketeer Records on the first episode, and we were talking kind of. The thing about with Charlotte is there's so much talent, but there's a difference between being a rapper and being an artist.
Yeah.
And I feel like what you kind of are touching on right now is that artist side. Like, you need to understand what you're doing, how you're performing, how you're presenting yourself, and what you're putting out and when.
That's a fact. There's 2 sides to the business. There's the creative, and then there's just business. If you don't understand your business side, you're going to get a lot of your creative prizes taken from you because somebody understood the business.
Someone sees it and it's like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you feel like you have to get the creative side down first or the business side down first?
I'll say as you get your creative side down, read into business.
Okay.
Because it go hand in hand. If you spend too much time doing the business, you lose the creativity, like you lose your spark.
Yeah.
And if you spend time being creative, you never know what your manager does.
That's true.
So you gotta kind of spend both all the time doing 2 things at once, but in a strategic way so you don't stretch yourself out.
Also, I feel like a lot of people get managers and don't utilize them. Or their managers don't live up to what they probably need to do for an artist.
Yes. Bro, alright, I ran into a few, I ain't gonna name drop, but we ran into a few managers out here that's like, they're trying to get a few artists that I work with to work with them, but I'm big on Blueprint, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll sit down with them.
Laid out, you want to see what's in front of you.
Yeah. If I come in the room, I'm focused on, okay, you say we can get here, step by step, how we gonna get up this ladder.
What is step 1, step 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah. And
okay.
if you don't think, they'll rush you into thinking, no, we'll do it, without explaining how they'll do it. So that's one thing to look out for as an artist. But we met a few managements that just came with proposals that didn't add up to their blueprint. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, I could get you here, I could get you the #1 song, I could get your song streaming. And I'm like, okay, I shoot videos. As a content guy, we're gonna strategize the content to match, the rollout.
Yeah, exactly. Create the rollout and make sure it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Because honestly, especially nowadays with how prevalent social media is, like,
Yeah.
You have to have, that's a main part of the strategy. Making sure you have the right thing to roll out as you're dropping.
Yeah.
If you can drop something, but if you're not,
if you're not strategizing your rollout, you're gonna lose a lot of money. Just planning. You could lose a lot of money, bro, just off of fake dreams. Don't let people sell you fake dreams. If it sounds too good to be true, don't do it. Take your time, work with the universe.
Read up on it.
Yeah, reading is freaking vital, bro. Reading is vital as hell. But
so, my question is, how, when you started your like content creations, you start musically, like in the music industry? Did you start events? Like, how'd you break into it? Because I know I moved down here, so like coming from, because you're from around the area, right?
I'm African actually. I'm from Cote d'Ivoire.
Alright.
Moved there when I was like 2 years old, 2001. But I've been in Charlotte pretty much my whole life, so you could say I was raised here.
Yeah. So what did you start in? What industry, or what I guess brought you into the content creating? Kind of brought you into the fold of all of it.
I started off as an artist. Pretty much.
Okay.
If you don't know, but if you do know, shout out to you. You were one of one, man. But I started off as Prodigy Rome. Prodigy Rome is my artist page, and I was creative, right? I didn't spend no time on the business.
Okay.
So throughout that process, I started meeting more like serious people in the music stuff, and I'm like, okay, there's like a whole side of this shit that I was not thinking about. Like, cause I record myself, and I learned how to engineer. Shout out to my cousin Smoke, he taught me everything. But we learned how to record ourselves. We bought the equipment to record ourselves, and we locked ourselves in our room and just stay consistent, bro. Like, we got to the point.
That's what a lot of people I feel like do.
Yeah, you get lost in that creative space where it's like you don't want to lose your flow or your little creative moment, so you just like, fuck this, I'm just record every day and do this. But we was doing that for like a long time, and then one day we met a few like studio owners and stuff, right? Because my cousin's an engineer, so he always had opportunities to go like work for other studios to engineer and work with them. And I'll go because I'm like, that we got a bigger space to record in.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, so I'll go with them. And throughout doing that, we met a few people that just breaking down like, do you have a BMI? And I'm like, what? What's a BMI? You don't have none of your music registered? You just dropping everything through SoundCloud? And I'm like, oh shit. That's wrong. Like, that's all I knew. Like,
and that's what I feel like a lot of artists don't understand, is that's where it kind of crosses over from rapper to artist, like understanding what you have to do to register, get your stuff out there, so you're not just dropping something and looking at the views, basically.
Pretty much, you're not boosting your own head, pretty much, because you never get paid back if you don't do it the right way, and you can't account for none of your streams. And you give other people rights to steal your ideas, pretty much, if you don't patent it. But yeah, through doing that, we learned that, and then I was like, all right, bet. Now I'm like, okay, I need to start strategizing how I'm doing this.
Okay.
So I start focusing on like how I'm gonna roll out a song if I want to roll out a song. And then I was like, shit, I need a video. I need to do events. I just started thinking because we was already in the studio scene.
Everything that comes with it started to kind of...
Yeah, it started to click like, yeah, I do need a music video. Oh, damn, I should do some interviews. I started thinking about how I should roll it out. And then we hit videos. I contacted, I'm going to say the name. Shout out to 12E, man. I contacted 12E. You know 12E?
Yes.
12E
I mean,
nice.
I think if you are involved in any form of the industry, you know 12E.
Yeah, facts. He inspired me to do video because I proposed my music to him. We sat down, he listened to it. He told me what he was thinking. He was like, this is dope. He gave me his ideas. Amy was there that day. And she was breaking down like how she could build the sets for me and stuff like that.
And that's the thing, is they work as a duo, which is awesome.
They blank, bro. Because when they broke down what they were going to do for the song we was talking about, I was like, man, I could do that. Like, thought of, yo, you could shoot and
cross over
and, you know, record music still, right? So I'm like, bet. He gave me the good idea, and they charged me. When they charged me, it was like, I'm saying like $1,200. And I was like, yeah, nah. Man, I love their work. I love what y'all had going on, but I was like, in my head, I'm like, yo, $1,200? I could go get the outfits. I could go buy a camera. And I just started strategizing how I could like.
Look, I can.
Yeah, I could make something shake for 1,200 and just do it myself. Even though I didn't understand also the importance of working with people who are good at what they do. So I avoided them to
but
take
at the
a cheaper
same
route.
time, maybe that was.
Yeah, that was
the
a
right
path.
path, right?
Yeah, that was a path.
Road's diversion. You went boom.
Yeah. That was
And
the day I was like, I could shoot it and record it, and then I was just like, boom, I got the camera.
I mean, you knew you had the creative side to it already.
Yeah, and I already seen like crazy scenes in my head where we was talking about building the treatment, so I'm like, yo, I'm already thinking crazy. I just need a camera so I could try to like recreate my thought process.
As you think of it, put it into film, kinda.
Yeah, literally. And when I started doing that, that's where I lost the music. I started locking in on videos now.
It kind of is addicting.
Yeah.
You start doing it and it's addicting.
Once you get one camera, you get another one. Once you get another camera, you go into lenses.
You see this lens.
Oh
that
my God.
lens. Oh, this new light.
Once I got into all that, 704 Pap was born. And the name 704 Pap comes from PAP, which is Prodigy and Production.
Okay.
Which is still Prodigy, Rome, and Production, because I was trying to
put it all together.
Yeah, put it all together. So I just ran with it and put 704 behind it because it was in the city. And I was like, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to fuck with the artists in my city and try to like do some of the shit I'm thinking about with them. Because we was already in the same mindset, had the same drive. They just needed that. And then they were missing pieces like BMI, understanding little stuff.
So a little
like,
business behind it.
Yeah. So I was like, if I'm gonna work with them, we gonna learn stuff, they gonna build, and then we could try to make something big out of it.
Just gotta step by step go up.
Facts. And then through doing that, now we're here.
So then, how do you find yourself kind of branching from the music into the more commercial side of it?
So, cause when we started doing videos now, I had to create a budget to get equipment. And then I already had the camera, a lens, and I knew, like, I started studying lighting and stuff. So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just use the camera. I had a Canon T7 or something. I'm gonna just use the camera I got to get bookings. I started shooting little music videos for like $100, $50. You can scale off for like minimal numbers if you know how to compound interest.
Yeah.
But get $150 sales. You see how far you can get.
A little
with
build
that.
up.
Yeah.
Do a little sale. Boom, boom, boom.
You just need 100 yeses, 50 yeses. Make it make sense. Make it $100, get 50 yeses. But I was just thinking like that. I started breaking down everything, started charging people to shoot for them, so I get my money, so I get a better camera. And then through doing that, I'm like, oh nah, this is dope. I actually knew how to now talk to a client, explain, okay, you want that, I could do it. And then explain how we could do it better. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be a business. We could run with
If we
this.
put a little more vision behind it,
Yeah,
you actually
hell
are willing to put more money behind it, we
Yeah.
can make something of it.
And also with the rap, I knew rap, we had to spend a lot. Cause even just rapping in the crib, I'm like, dang, I bought the equipment, I'm paying for the beats. No return until a song makes it
Yeah.
into like the public eye. So we just investing for years off of just fake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to create income. And that was like, okay, I can shoot videos. Duh. Make the income, and then I was gonna put the money behind music. And then I got so locked in the videos.
And
The music is still there. I still got a whole tape ready, and I never touched it. I'm just like, oh, I'm locking in him. And then I got lost into just working, bro.
You still got it though.
Hell yeah, it's still there. Trust me, it's coming. But it's now like I felt like waiting this time. I learned a lot. Cause with the camera, you know, you behind the scenes with management.
And the thing is, from after, like, once you start filming and you get into the camera work, like, the people you meet,
The network is crazy.
things you do, like, it is wild.
It's crazy, bro.
Like, I grew up in Maine, like, now after...
You said Maine?
Maine. Yeah. I grew up in Maine. I graduated with, like, in a school of, like, maybe 800 people. And that's, like, max. Like, most people I went to high school with are still... They're either in Maine or they're living in like Boston,
like
and they're still all hanging out together. Then one of my friends literally was like, "Hey, I'm gonna move to Asheville or Charlotte." I was like, "Well, you might as well go to Charlotte. We don't have cities in Maine. Like, it's a little different." So I literally moved him down here, and for 4 months slept on his floor on 2 air mattresses.
Word.
And like stayed. I didn't leave. Went home, quit my job, came right back, and like that was the hardest thing, was figuring out. Going from that, figuring out how the hell to
get income, start a new life.
Just get into the music industry, and what's crazy, how I got into filming down here was literally the fact that I wanted to buy an eighth of weed.
Facts. Nah, the camera definitely gets you in the back door. That's why I like this so much. I gotta understand a little bit more about the business. But we get to work hand in hand.
So here's a question. Since picking up the camera, what do you think some of your most memorable moments are? Like, what are some of your favorite? Because you worked all kinds of events, worked with different artists.
Favorites.
I know you gotta have some.
I gotta say, working with Scripted, it's probably one of the moments. We have a lot of dope moments because he's from Jamaica, and like he has like a big vision for his music. And he's
one of those artists that comes in and like not only is he gonna record it, but he knows what he wants to.
Yeah, he knows he knows what type of music he wants to make and how he wants to encapsulate you with the music. And we work hand in hand because he knows I understand how to visually explain his thought process a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So when we come up with stuff, it's always like funny, crazy moments where we like trying to create something new out of like so all his music is about love. Okay. So we play with this, I'm playing with this theme. It's like we gotta get you out the bedroom. So like even though all your songs is about, you know, you with a girl or you
very much lover boy vibe.
Yeah, even though you always talking about hitting the girl, we gotta get you out the room in these videos.
We'll get you on a beach, something.
Yeah. So now my whole thing is now I gotta work with. Okay, he just made another sex song, and I'm gonna make this treatment so he's not in the room. Like, and it's so hard, but it's fun though. Just coming up with ideas, trying to avoid being in the room.
Yeah. I mean, it's also one thing like coming from someone shooting and stuff. It's nice when you have an artist that does come into it with an idea.
Yeah.
Like it can sometimes it can be a little hard headed, but
yeah. And he gives me creative freedom too, so
well that's
he's
nice.
not like, oh no, we gotta get like this. He's like, dude, just think, just go.
So if it works and you think it will, alright.
Facts. And if the budget makes sense, do it. Like I like that. He's like, I'm always like, what's the budget? And he's like, there's no budget. What are you thinking? Like, what do we gotta do?
See, and that's, as a content creator, when you hear that, that is a nice thing.
Yeah.
One thing I found though, like, I shoot a lot of videos and stuff, but it's like, you has the budget, and it's like, well, what do you charge?
Yes.
This is what I charge, but like, we can go a step above. Like, we can get an extra editor. I can buy this pack. I can do this. Like, we can do more.
It could go way harder than you think it is.
And the thing is, I know, like, you know, right now it's not the easiest time for people. So it's like you're gonna throw what you can into your career, but at the same time, I know you've definitely dealt with it. You get sent some fucking YouTube video, music video, and they're like, I need this. My budget is $150.
Man, I gotta look in the account. But man, if you DM an artist some big production video file, process exactly how much that thing gonna cost you, bro. I'm talking about from the models. Count how many heads is in the videos. Just assume you get
They're not there for free.
Yeah, like unless you got motion. Now, if you got motion, you know I could step in a room and 1,000 people follow. Oh, don't think twice. Just shoot for the moon when it comes to your videos. But if you know you ain't got that type of crowd, man, don't go watch Little Baby and the Migos videos and be like, yeah, I'm trying to do this. And now we like, okay, we lined it all up, and you like, oh, this is too much.
The craziest is I get sent a lot of, like, Louis Knows. I get sent a lot of, like, sometimes Cole Bennett shit.
Bro.
I'm like, sir.
I get Cole Bennett stuff, and
I'm like,
okay, let's go.
I'm like, sir, how much are you willing to pay? Because just know I'm gonna have to send this to someone I don't even know somewhere.
Yeah, we need VFX done.
Like, I will film this thing, I will clip it up, and it'll be fire. But we're sending it to someone I don't know who's gonna cost money.
I think that's a piece a lot of people don't even understand that part. Like, yo, if you think big, like at a big production scale, there's multiple people involved. It's never just like a videographer and the artist. There's hair designers,
you see, they post their credits on Instagram and it's fucking
There's a list of people hired to be there that day.
It's acronyms.
Just to make sure.
AC/DC.
Yep.
DC Boo-Boo-Ah.
Facts. Yeah, man. This thing is expensive. If you're gonna think big, strategically, man. You gotta know how you want it and how you gonna get it done. Simple.
There that is.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when it comes to like weddings, commercial work,
What I do?
how do you go about it? How do you book them? How do you like to approach it?
So with bookings, we started off working for a company named Petite Films, but Petite Films.
Okay.
But they ended up going bankrupt and owing us a lot of money. So from that situation, we learned to communicate and negotiate. I learned a lot just going through this, trying to get a booking and then not getting paid. I'm like, fuck, I just did all that work, I get paid. But we learned through them that we need to learn how to negotiate better. And since then, every time we do a wedding, we hit the parents, we hit the event planner, we hit
You
the
talk to
coordinators.
everybody.
Everybody gets the number. We leaving cards on the tables when we leave. Like, everybody follows on Instagram. We tagging y'all for the next month. You know what I'm saying? We staying behind everything, and that leads us into them recalling us back. Like, hey, remember you from this? Want y'all to come back?
Word of mouth.
Yeah. So we use that to get bookings, bro. Pretty much. Learn how to negotiate. Learn how to be specific, and learn how to work with people without like putting them in a crunch. Like, okay, you want 5,000 for your videos, but dude, if he only has 3,500, explain to him what you could do for 3,500 and see if he accepts it. Simple. Don't try to crunch it because you're gonna waste your time, stress yourself out. Just work with their budget. If their budget doesn't fit what you could do and you don't feel like it's worth your time, don't do it. It's that simple.
There you go.
You pretty much. That's videography 101.
101. All right. So then, I guess, what are you kind of looking forward to working on with the rest of the year? Because now it's kind of spooky. I don't know about you. These past 8 months have flown by.
Yeah.
Like, I literally
did go fast.
Like, my birthday's in fucking August 5th. And I'm like, how the fuck are we almost 8 months into this year? Like, I feel like I just had friends visiting for New Year's.
New Year's
here we are.
Really around the corner, bro.
And it's like, I know from a business standpoint, you're thinking quarterly.
Yeah.
So like,
winter's coming.
That's what I'm saying. So what's next? What are you doing?
So like, we're definitely doing more music videos. I've been spending more time just putting together treatments and stuff like that.
With the artists you were talking about.
Yeah, with the art. I got a group of people I just stay connected to. If any new bookings come in, it's like I got to a point where it's like, I'm not gonna force it. Like, if you DM me and I know you like, and I pitch the treatment and you can't afford it, it is what it is. I love your music. I still support your music. I still be liking their stuff. I just know when it's time, they'll know who to hit up type thing.
Okay.
And then I just try to keep pushing that way. But I'm working with the 4 artists I got, and we got like treatments and rollouts coming. Rose Up got a few events coming out. He's working on a whole like romantic album. So now he's stepping into R&B. So like, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff I'm playing with, just trying to create more treatments in that realm. And I want to do podcasting now. You know what I'm saying? Watching you guys.